the girl a-running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod at large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod. She's my hot rod.
Speaking of things staying here, there's a former GM plant in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Now, one of you Wolverines up there better call me and tell me where the heck is Ypsilanti. But it's a GM plant at Willow Run. Yes, at Willow Run. It's an $80 million investment by this company, the American Center for Mobility. Self-driving vehicle test track will be built on that old General Motors plant. $80 million they're investing in this test track. Should be a winner. Should be a lot of fun. Whoa. January 1st, 2018, the 2.5-mile track will open. It's a highway-style track. 4-lane or 3-lane with higher speed. 2.5 mile, I guess you can get up enough speed to test self-driving cars. Where is Ypsilanti, Michigan? I'll have T-Rex Google that because I have no idea. It's got to be somewhere near Detroit, no? A suburb of Detroit or something? I mean, it's an old GM plant. It's sitting there idle, doing nothing because they went to Mexico to build that car. Well, guess what? Now that plant's going to be a test track. I'm liking that. You know, you can always tell a car company by its stripes. And certain car companies have a stripe right up their back, kind of like a skunk. Tesla, you know, I just don't like this guy. I'm sorry. I guess I'm not nice to this guy. But guess what? Tesla, you think they're hurting? If you refer someone to buy a Tesla, a Model 3, specifically a Model 3 because they can't sell them. But there's the Model S, Model X, the P100D, Ludicrous, the one that drives like crazy speeds. You get $1,000. If I buy a Tesla and I say, oh, T-Rex referred me to you, he gets $1,000, and he gets his name in the bucket to win a new Tesla. So not only are they going to give you $1,000, they're going to give you $100,000, okay, of Tesla, maybe. So everybody gets $1,000, and then they get in the what do you call it, in the what do you want to call it, the bucket, the bozo drum, I call it what you want, but they get in the bozo drum and they get a chance to win a new Tesla. Now I'd rather win that Ludicrous thing. I guess if the battery is only good for about 3 blocks, but it goes 110 mile an hour in 3 blocks. I'd like to do that. That sounds like fun, no? Come on. Ludicrous. Why would you call a car ludicrous? Well, for lack of a better name, is that our story? For lack of a better name, we're going to call this a ludicrous. Well, you get $1,000, and the new car buyer, the guy that buys it, gets $1,000 discount, and then you get thrown in the raffle, where you can win a Model S, an X, or a 100D Ludicrous. If you just get somebody to buy this Model 3. I guess they got a few of them laying around. All right? A few of those Model 3s are hanging on. Can't get rid of them, so to speak. Audi has built a new technology. It's a laser technology to aim your headlights. It's called Matrix Laser. But it's banned in the United States. You can if you live in Europe, you can have it. But you can't have it in the United States. And here's the deal. It's really sounds like a great thing. if you're driving down the road and somebody in night and somebody walks out in front of you, it highlights that pedestrian. So you're cool. Well, of course, if it's not a pedestrian, it might be a deer, which would be nice if we knew that was coming, right? It'll dim automatically for cars coming at you, so you don't blind the poor guy coming at you. But I think there's a problem, and I got to research this a little deeper. T-Rex and I got to look into this. There's something to do with the laser, the pointer, because it's got a laser pointer. And for some reason, the United States has said that is not safe to use a laser technology. Sadly, and I have to say this because it doesn't make me happy. Let's put it that way. The most American-made car. You know the most American-made car or vehicle, whatever? It is the Ford F-150. Now, how do they determine this? The Ford F-150 has more parts that are from America, made in America. It assembles more. Everything is done in America. It's all American car. It's the all-American car, the Ford F-150. Do you know who? And of course, they retain that status on Cars.com this year, based on domestic sales, U.S. parts suppliers, yeah. But you know who's right behind them? The second most American car? Are you ready for this? My old buddy, Elon Musk of Tesla. They're made here. The parts are made here. They're sold here. They're bought here. They fall apart here. They crash here. It's just a wonderful thing. What are you going to do? I got to tell you that I am not happy about that. I'm a Ford F-150 fan, for one thing. And for another thing, I don't like the fact that one of the big three is getting replaced as the number one American-made car. It is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. We're gonna be all right. I mean, don't get me wrong. America's not going to suffer for this if Tesla becomes the number one American-made car. As long as it's the number one, it's American-made. Who cares? The reason not a given is this. Here's the deal. Here's a 5 automakers have formed a hydrogen alliance with energy transport giants. They're a little bit worried. I think the government is worried they can't tax you on this electricity. They don't know how many miles you drive. They're gonna have to keep an eye on you better. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to log into you. But Toyota, BMW, Daimler, Benz, Honda, and Hyundai are joining oil and gas giants, including Royal Dutch Shell, and Total, with plans to invest a combined $10.7 billion in hydrogen-related products within 5 years. Can you imagine? Within 5 years, hydrogen fuel cells. Now, we've talked about this. Hydrogen fuel cells, and that is 4 or 5 of the top car manufacturers in the world, in the whole world, the whole world. Well, that's what it is. Here's the deal. They want, in all, 13 energy and transport companies are forming a hydrogen council to consult policy makers and highlight the benefits to the public as the world seeks to switch from dirty energy to clean. Hydrogen is clean. Hydrogen out the tailpipe is zero. Like natural gas and propane, it's zero. Hydrogen, you can make your own hydrogen with a little bit of electricity and some water. Still using a little bit of electricity, but not a lot. Not a ton of electricity. You're using a little bit, not like you were before. There are people, well, let's finish this a minute. GM and Honda are joining to build hydrogen fuel cells at a Michigan factory by 2020. The fuel cell system manufacturing will begin right around 2020, and it's at a factory in Michigan to be named later. They're not saying. Well, hey, at least it's not a factory in Mexico. It's in Michigan. But they're going to build hydrogen fuel cells. Listen to me. There is a concern there. There is a concern that hydrogen fuel cells or electricity takes too much oil to make. Let's go to the car phone real quick and talk to, hey, you're on with the car guy. What's up?
Big George, Leon Simon.
Hey, Leon.
How are you, my friend?
I'm great, buddy.
Okay, we found you on the internet. We're listening to you loud and proud here in St. John, Indiana.
Beautiful. Hey, I'm talking about fuel cell cars. Are you ready for a hydrogen car, Leon?
Oh, sure, I'll try it. I had a Nissan Leaf for 3 years.
I thought you were an electric guy.
Yeah,
well, you're electric, all right, but your car.
Elon met with Trump this week, and Mark Fields of Fords wouldn't even show up. So we can't give Elon too hard of a time. At least he's given our new president a chance.
Absolutely. You know what? The more jobs that stay in this country, the more I like it. That's right. I want America first in my car business because our car business is really looking good. This whole fuel cell deal, we use less electricity. And of course, to make electricity, you have to use fossil fuel to make electricity. So if we could get away from the fossil fuel,
right?
We'll get away from the dirty fuel that makes the electricity. If we use less electricity and use hydrogen, which we can make in our car with a little bit of water and a little bit of electricity. We'll see what happens, buddy. Hey,
hydrogen one.
I think the first hydrogen car should go to Lowell High School, and you and I should take it apart for the class. Wouldn't that be fun?
Well, do a little reverse engineering there. That'd be cool.
Reverse engineering is what I do best. Leon, thanks for calling, buddy. We got to get out of here. We're running real late today.